quick little side topic here. Billy Napier coming in hot, man. Coming in hot. Some cool stuff when he left Louisiana. He had the Raging Cajuns, won his title game this past weekend. Congratulations, Billy, coming over on a W. I love that. The fans had a big sign that says, "Thank you, Billy." It doesn't tell you no other coach is leaving getting that kind of love. They're getting shitted on, right? Lincoln Riley is getting shitted on because he's over here saying the same quote he said to Oklahoma. Lincoln Riley, yeah. Brian Kelly, nobody likes that guy anyways. It's cool. I'm loving the energy that's coming from Napier right now. He's coming in. He go, hey, we're gonna break the season out in 8 phases. I just love where his mind's at. Again, it's all talk right now. It's all bark. Coaches do that. They're good about that. But I don't know. It just feels good about this. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He looks like he's got a nice little confidence, little swagger about him. I don't know. I like
it. I think for Florida, this is a more exciting hire than Mullen. And the reason I say that is because when Mullen came in, they interviewed Scott Frost. Scott Frost, granted, Florida wins in this equation, but Scott Frost opted to go back to his alma mater at Nebraska. From what it was sounded like, you guys interviewed Chip Kelly, the better-looking Kelly, who ended up going to UCLA. Again, I think in the grand scheme of things, that was a win for Florida. But they were also some pretty public misses. Like your athletic director had been pretty straightforward that these were guys who were candidates, and they missed them, and then they missed again. And then it felt like by the time you got around to Dan was just the guy that they knew wasn't going to turn them down. So it was a very unexciting hire for Florida. Now, look, the guy came in and did a hell of a job. I mean, his record speaks volumes. But I feel like it was an unexciting hire for Florida because you didn't think you got your guy.
Go ahead, sorry.
This time you got the guy you went for from the beginning, and albeit he may be at Louisiana, he may not be the splash hire at the big
splash
college.
hire. Yes,
right. But it's still the guy you wanted from the go.
Dan Mullen is like an Alex Smith type of coach / quarterback. He's a game manager. He's not going to come and take you to the Super Bowl, right? He'll get you right there, the AFC Championship. Maybe he'll give you a good 10-5 record. Right, that's kind of what I've learned over watching him. He's just gonna do just enough, but he doesn't have that it factor, right, to get it over the edge. And I don't think he'll be a head coach, maybe at a smaller school, but he didn't have it at Mississippi State either. Again, just a nice manager, and Andy Reid was that for a long time.
He was always great for the school he was at. Like, hey, he's really made Mississippi State respectable. Yeah, but there's still
want titles.
10-4.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get me wrong. For what he was doing at Mississippi State, that felt great.
But it's not going to work.
That's not acceptable terms at Florida.
Yeah, and the next step higher, he doesn't. I don't think he has that right now. No, he could later on. Andy Reid didn't have it for a while. Andy Reid has been just the guy forever until he finally squeaked one out, and that was cool to watch. Right, it's kind of the same thing. But what I like about Billy too is something I found out is Lincoln Riley. We were talking to Lincoln. That was a possibility where. Hey, like Lincoln, the manager who was his manager who went to UF kind of reached out, was like, hey, this is an opportunity. Can we talk about it? And from what I read, again, it's kind of fishy, but it was almost like, hey, Billy's our guy. We're going after Billy first. So it speaks a lot of volumes there of like, man, there's something, hopefully the AD director in Florida knows something, like Billy's got something going on there that we can't see or haven't seen yet. I mean, we've seen a lot of great things. It's just you got a guy who's been winning at OU at a big school, right, versus somebody who hasn't won. But it's like, look, we're looking for a culture change and this. And that's what he can bring versus Lincoln's just going to almost –
I think what you're going to get out of Billy Napier is a good football mind who's young. He's going to have some growing pains. If you can be patient with him, it'll pay dividends in the long run, because the one thing that he is that Dan Mullen is not, and that is a very, very good recruiter. And he's been in the South. He's got a good recruiting staff underneath of him. But again, he is young. His staff is relatively younger as well. These guys are not like the Urban Meyer and Dan Mullen show that traveled from Bowling Green to Utah to Florida. They've been together forever. These guys were a little bit younger in their tenure, and especially being together as a coaching, like just a core. But what you're going to get is a guy that will recruit his ass off. And look, when you're in Florida, it's a great fertile recruiting ground. There's a ton of talent here, but you also have the Georgia's coming in, you got the Alabamas coming in, you got LSU coming in, you got Clemson coming in, you got all these other teams that are also fighting for that same talent. It's hard to keep that stuff here in the state. And you've got to have a recruiter that is committed to that 365, 24/7. If not, then these other schools that are having more modern success right away are going to win them. They're just going to win them. So I think that's what you're going to get from Billy Napier, is just a guy who is going to find a way to keep in-state talent in the state. And I'm telling you, if you look back at the lineage of Florida, Florida State, and Miami, when they were great on Florida talent. It is rare that you were going all over the country to get kids to come to your school and you were winning with that. You can get it all right here. And I think he's going to be able to do that.
This guy flew into Gainesville Sunday, walked up the plane, did the press conference, did all the high five and the handshaking, woke up Monday morning to go see a 4-star recruit.
He doesn't have a gaming coach. He's got nothing but free time on Sands.
Yeah, but it's again, I think it just shows like what you kind of just backing up what you said.
You're not living the dream right now. You're making.
You're grinding. Dream. Yeah, and again, I think it goes back to being young. Dan Mullen was on the freaking college game day this past weekend talking about Bama, Georgia. Like, fuck you, Mullen. Fucking bastard.
Where do you think he ends up?
How do these guys pick? I already said it. He's going to Jacksonville. QB coach. QB1. Calling it right now. He's going to Jax, bro. He's going to Jax. No way. It's going to be hard. I mean, Muschamp fell back to South Carolina after the fact, after he left us. McElwain, I don't know where the hell he went. But I think a good fit for him would be he's not the head guy.
Get back under Meyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to recruit there. He can just be a football.
Just
nerd.
go do you. Yeah, like he's good at certain things. Go capitalize on that. You don't have to be the guy. I don't think he's the guy. Maybe down the road a little bit longer, but it's just I don't think he's there yet, right? I think he overstepped his boundary on that. So listen, Steven, great show.
Absolutely, my man.
Great show.
Good to see you again.
Good. Yeah, it's been a while.
Not enough FaceTime with one another. I miss you.
It's been a while. You as well. Listen, Wednesday, we've got a special one. Make sure you guys tune in for that if you haven't been tuning in.
We do.
We're shooting twice a week now. We got a little good thing going here. Make sure you guys are tuning in, subscribing, liking the videos, commenting down below, letting us know. We had some comments last week on OU, calling Lincoln Riley basically a pansy, didn't want to play in the SEC. Couldn't agree more. Connor. Listen, guys, until next week, I'm Shelton.
And I'm Holly.
Keep that BDE flowing. Boogity boogity.
I'm leveled up. And
look at that guy.